Okay, reading time. So, because today is the last day of August, I felt like doing a month ahead spread. So, we'll look into what the energy is around you and what the next month looks like for you as far as anything coming in, any connections, that sort of thing. So, for whatever reason, I was feeling pulled to get this deck out again, which I haven't used in a little while. It's my Intuit Oracle deck, the Twin Flame edition. I actually put away pretty much all my Twin Flame cards for a bit because I was trying to redirect the energy to not just be about divine connections, but for whatever reason, I'm feeling called to use this deck. So I'm going to start out with this today and see what messages they have for you for this upcoming month of September. So the next 4 weeks, for the month of September, what does this collective need to know, please? What does this collective need to know for the month of September? 4 months till this year is over. That's crazy. What does this collective need to know for their month of September, please? We'll get 4 to represent the 4 weeks of the month. Month of September, please. 2. There we go. Okay, so it was 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, you might be seeing 11, 11 a lot. And a 1 on the bottom, so 1, 1, 1, you might be seeing 1, 1, 1 a lot. Number plates, time. But we've got on the bottom here, I'm listening to my higher self now. A higher power is guiding me. We are in eclipse season now. I don't know the exact end date, but I believe it started on the 21st of August, and I think it ends towards the end of September. And if anyone remembers, at the beginning of the year, we had an eclipse season, plus a super moon and a bunch of other crazy astrological events in the first couple of months of this year, and it really put people through it. Like, it was really bad. I don't think that this eclipse season is going to be as severe as that, but the next few weeks I feel a lot of big changes are coming. It could also be as well that if you've struggled over this last month, as in the month of August, you've really had a lot of things come up for you as far as wounding and fear over past connections potentially not coming back, or just lots of things coming up for you that has made it feel emotionally like a bit of a rough month. It's like that energy's coming to a close now, and you're starting to really just believe that whatever is meant to be will be, and that a higher power is guiding you. But first card out, number 9, the end of a cycle. Our inner children are crying out right now. We both need to comfort them and become the parents. So again, that inner child, that inner wounding that has been kind of coming up for you right now, it's something that hasn't fully been addressed or healed out. It might be something you're aware of that you have been trying to work on, but it might have flared up of recent, and it's something that you're enough so that you're paying attention to it, thinking, why is this all coming up again? It's almost like that last push to clear it out of your system. And being kind to yourself, especially because healing's like a lifelong journey. It's not something you just, you get to the end and you're all fixed for the rest of your life. It's ongoing. But if you felt like that was a part of you, that you had done most of the work and were feeling okay about it, but then it was all stirred up and really coming up for you again, don't beat yourself up thinking, I thought I'd done the work on this. It's still like, why aren't I better now? Why aren't I over it? It's a process. Number 7, I long to sweep you off your feet and shower you with my love. So there's someone in your energy that feels like they're at a distance from you emotionally. It's like they're yearning from behind the scenes, which is interesting because them longing for you could also explain why certain things have been coming up for you emotionally, internally. Then you've got 1, karmic ties. I'm not happy. Karma, behaviors, people, and or situations is playing a role in what's happening with me, and it's hard for me to see a way out, which could be a big part of why they're longing from the background, because right now they can't see a way out of this situation. And whenever I get this card, I always see this as I've allocated this card to be family interference. So for whatever reason, they have a family situation and friends as well, but just people and a situation they're feeling kind of trapped by right now. But communication. I wanted to send you a message today, but I was afraid to. I don't know if you want to hear from me or if I can say the right things to you. So this is a past person that is in the background. They are in your energy. They are longing to be back with you, but for whatever reason, 1, they're not sure if they can say the right thing, and 2, they're feeling bound by some kind of obligation right now. Even if the reality is they can leave whenever they want, in their mind they can't. But something tells, especially with this, I'm listening to my higher self now, a higher power is guiding me. It's almost like this person's on the cusp of wanting to come out of hiding, maybe break no contact, or getting more confidence to bridge the gap here. All right, mirrors. And that with that mirroring too, that's a big part of why things are coming up for you. This person longing for you and me saying maybe that's why some things are coming up for you. That's how you're mirroring. So if they're longing for you and thinking like how I wanted to reach out to you today, but I wasn't sure if you would want to hear from me or if I'd say the right thing. Their worries about you not giving them the time of day, combined with the situation they think they're stuck in right now, you're mirroring that in some way. So something around family and also perhaps rejection trauma from this past person is something that's kind of bubbled up in you again recently. That could be you picking up their energy of what they're dealing with right now. All right, mirrors. Number 9, so you could be seeing 999 a lot, but I really do feel, because we're at the end of the month, so closing out another chapter, August stirred up some things, and now you're coming to the end, completion, and going into September, I actually think that there's going to be some form of movement here. Another communication card as well. I wish I could say what I really feel. Someday I will, but right now I'm afraid to be myself. I think as well, we'll break it down with the tarot, but whatever happened here in the past, this person is afraid of your reaction. So that means they know that they've caused some damage here. All right, I long to sweep you off your feet. Number 10, closing a cycle, but that's a card of union. We must remember that we are gods and goddesses and work to embody that energy. Karmic ties. There we go. Number 6, another communication card. See, I really think communication is going to come in soon. That's 3, communication. Please contact me. I may not respond, but knowing you care opens my heart. It's like they want to communicate so badly, and it's almost like they're trying to manifest you to reach out to them. I don't even think it's because they're not ready to take accountability. I think they are, and that's their fear of how they're going to be received by you. But for that even to confirm karmic ties, it's almost like they're scared to reach out because for whatever reason, this karmic family situation, it could be part of it is that if they did slander you to their family, how can they then turn around and reach out to you when I want to know if you still care. Wow, that just came in loudly. It's kind of like if you reach out to them, then they can claim that they didn't make the first move, which is still a bit immature. But anyway, oh, great, it's going to keep blacking out. Communication. I really feel like September, something's about to shift significantly as far as this connection making some kind of forward movement. 100%. September, I think it is a big month for divine counterparts coming actually into, maybe not coming into union, but I feel as though September is a big month for actual communication, breaking no contact, reaching out, that sort of thing. Another communication card, that's 4 communication cards in the whole deck. In the whole spread, sorry. I care about you even when I don't act like it. I'm hiding my true feelings because I feel vulnerable. So again, they're longing for you. They want to communicate so badly. Telepathic messages on the bottom. I'm trying to figure out this connection. I've never experienced anything like it before. So they could even be going through that transition of like, I don't want to hold off anymore. It's been long enough. I want to reach out, but they're just not there. Like they're just about to. So September, I think, is going to be a big month for this. I've never had so many communication cards coming out before. Okay, let's break this down. What is going on for this person right now? Actually, no, I'll grab these first. What is going on around your person right now? Someone is still figuring themselves out. So again, as well, with this karmic situation, especially if there's family involved, they're trying to figure out a way to get out of it or get away from it. So they're still trying to figure things out right now. And it could be that part of it is, one, they're obviously aware of the damage they've caused here, which is why they're hesitant to reach out. But 2, not wanting to reach out until they've sorted out what's going on for them. Someone is still figuring themselves out. And sexuality could be a part of it, because this card is about sexuality. Open your heart, it will help you attract more love. So that is them right now. I think that's why this communication is kind of just, it's just there. Like it's almost like something is going to shift very soon, where they just finally take that leap of faith and open up their heart to the potential of something happening here, even if they risk getting rejected. Confession, someone has something to tell you. So they want to open up to you about their feelings for you and that they've been longing. If there's been a long time here, then there will be them not knowing anymore if you feel the same way back, and you're not going to know that they're feeling this way because there's been no contact. Water sign. So again, their feelings are very deep here. They're longing for you. They want to communicate badly, but they're just, something keeps stopping them. And it is something around karmic family and situations. It could even be a water sign that's connected to them, a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces that's kind of been pulling the strings here for a little while, that if they feel a bit controlled by. But for that to confirm someone is still figuring themselves out, they have these depths of emotion for you, but there's a lot of factors that they're trying to figure out how to be able to come towards you. Open up your heart. Cycles. So I want to say it has been here. Communicate. So you've got confession and communicate. This person does want to open up their heart to you. They want to communicate that you still have their heart and that they want to rebuild this. Compromise, forgive, work it out. All right, what's this confession? Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. So it could be that them confessing to you that they've been holding on to this for a very long time and that they want to let go of the past and move forward. But be careful of someone sneaky. You've got liar and gold digger. Someone, they want your money being used, but again, that could be tied to the karmic family. And as well, if they were kind of deceitful in your connection in the past, that might be part of their confession, revealing some things, some truths that were not revealed back when the separation first happened. Things that might have been to do with the separation that you never got clear answers on. All right, and I just noticed as well on this deck, cycles is on the bottom, so it has been some time here, but you've also had many cycles with this person. All right, let's see how they view you in the connection. Death and rebirth, strength. So they want to, I think something really, it might even not be something really significant like going through some massive tower moment for them. It could just be that there is a shift in energy where they suddenly feel this inner strength and they're able to really tap into their courage and take that leap towards you. But also knowing that this connection had to go through a death period so that a new beginning could eventually happen. Rising from the ashes. Soulmate, so they see you as a soulmate, romantic bond, compatibility, and maybe in the past they might have said you were not compatible, but they see differently now. Ascension, upgrades, light codes, level up, so they're seeing you, well, I mean, if they're watching, they've seen you change and grow, missing you. So they're heavily longing, because this is also a card of longing. And it might even be, I just heard you'd sit and watch the moon together. So like you might have had a favourite spot that you could sit and watch the moon at night time and you just cuddle and hang out watching the moon. So they might look at the moon and reminisce over those kinds of memories, but they're heavily missing you. And when they're looking at you and seeing how much you've grown and changed and how you look like you're doing well, it makes them long to be a part of your life again. All right, rise up. Oh, 2 for that. Okay, destiny with rage. So for that to confirm rise up, I want to say that their conflict style was quite aggressive, and if they were someone that had taught themselves to repress and act like everything was fine all the time, and then and then it would end up being like a boiling kettle. They'd reach that point where they would boil over and their temper would get the better of them. I think they're going over in their mind how this all played out the way it had to, because if they weren't reflected their anger issues through you with this mirroring, they would have never. I'm seeing someone who before you, no one ever made them actually want to change. They just thought, this is who I am, I'm not going to change for anyone. You're the first person that came into their life that made them realize that they wanted to change their destiny. Whatever they thought their plan was in life, or what they were destined to do in life, was not in fact their destiny at all. It was just that they had, maybe due to circumstances and upbringing and things that had happened to them in life, they just decided that that's how life is, and they weren't going to, nothing was going to change. But when their anger issues really became a problem in the connection, that held a mirror up to them, and because you were someone they actually see as their destiny, it makes them want to change that flaw, if you want to call it that, within themselves. And as well, I'm seeing with all this fire, they could very well be trying to burn away, really working hard and burn away those aspects of themselves that tend to explode, tends to bottle up, and then explode on the person they love. It's interesting for it to come out with destiny though. And I always see that compass as meaning distance too. I think this is similar to yesterday. I'm getting this feeling like this person's very angry about the distance they've put in here. And that is why they fear this communication, because they don't expect to be received well because of the damage they've caused here. I think this also is reflecting that they are expecting an angry reply. They are expecting you to be angry when they reach out, especially if there's been a lack of accountability. Even if this person had apologized in the past, it was a very blanket apology. You'd never got into the nitty gritty here. So I'm seeing a lot of things for that. Their rage issues that they're ashamed of and trying to rebirth out of that bad behavior, that they're angry at themselves because now that they're in this deep longing and want to communicate and see you as their destiny, how their anger has potentially ruined this, and also that when they reach out to you, they are expecting you to be angry at them. Okay, soulmates. And also I just heard that after what happened, you could have very easily been very angry, bitter, and made their life difficult. But you just went away in silence. And the way that you rose up, despite what happened here, they're looking at you in admiration, which is why with this Ascension card here, you've really leveled up. It's like you took this painful hit with grace and you really decided to work on yourself and get yourself back together after this. You became a phoenix rising from the ashes after this, and they've watched you transform, and this could have easily, the heartbreak this person caused you could have easily buried you. Soulmates, but they want a new beginning here. They want to have a whole new chapter, and I think that they're hoping that you will want to give them have a fresh start and rebuild, compromise, forgive, work it out. I think they're very close to taking this leap of faith I really do. I think that September's a big turning point. Because for so long they'll sit there and they'll want to reach out, but they just never hit send or they never press call. But eventually you get to a point where you're just like, I just have to try. Fertility. So you could have shared a pregnancy with this person. They see you as very fertile, very just like this natural, beautiful, fertile queen, I just heard. But you could already have children or a child. But again, this is another card of new beginnings. They're hoping that you will give them the chance to see that they also have been working on themselves in this time apart, that you will welcome a new beginning if they show you accountability and that they've changed. But this is also birthing a new idea. So they could have seen you start something brand new in your life. Like you could have gone down a whole different path in your career, found some other purpose, and you're fulfilling that purpose, and they've been watching you level up in some brand new idea that you started on your own. Missing you. And part of the confession could be that they've been watching you. Mirroring. So you're missing them too, or they're hoping that you're missing them too. They're hoping that the feelings are still there on your side too, which will tap into your feelings as well. But let's be honest, if you're still watching this, then I'd say if you do still want to know what they're thinking and feeling about you, you do still care. So for them, they're with this mirroring, just like how you're having all these feelings getting stirred up for you because they're in longing, they're wanting to reach out, and you're feeling that tug on your energy, you're mirroring and you're having things come up for you. But they also see this as a mirrored connection and wonder, do they miss me too? Knowing that their toxic behavior was a massive red flag, and perhaps maybe part of the confession is I did blame you for a long time, and I put you in the category of a toxic person, or that maybe even they thought you were the narcissist and they had to learn some harsh lessons and really pay attention to what they were doing, their behavior, the things they did after you, during you, that they were the red flag. But that's good because it means that they're self-aware now. People can spend their whole lives not even paying attention to their own behavior and blaming everyone else for why their life is miserable. Okay, so let's see what's going on for you right now. What can this collective expect for the month of September, please? Lightning. Sudden change. See, I told you there's a big shift in energy. There's going to be a sudden surge forwards here. Sudden change, shocking news. I don't think you're, especially if there's been a lot of time here, I do not think you're expecting, I think you've kind of given up on waiting to hear from them. Surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. I like you, someone likes you, romance is blooming, fun flirting, wanting to date. This could be them, or it could be that you're putting yourself out there to meet someone new because you don't want to wait for this person anymore. Could just be that you're opening yourself up to the idea of going out and dating again. I just keep wanting to put, stalker alert, I check up on you often. This was real, it was turned over and I was like, kept being like, I really want to see what that card says. Stalker alert, I check up on you often. But if they've seen you go through an ascension, they've seen you rise up and you've changed, and they're just like looking at you like this beautiful person. Not that they didn't always see you as a beautiful person, but people find ways in their mind to convince themselves why you shouldn't be together. They're not doing that anymore. They want to be with you. I think they just are afraid of you not wanting to be with them. but they definitely look at your stuff, your social media. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation, transition. So that I think August has been a big month of going through a transition, to grow and be able to create a new beginning. This had to end to have a new beginning later as better versions of yourselves. All right, one more for this top row. Passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, having fun. So your month ahead, I think you're not expecting anything to come in. It's like, even if you have some glimmer of hope that this person will come back around, you've given up that kind of constantly, like say for instance, you would get stuck on tarot talk and readings and they're coming back and this and that. You've kind of given up on that. You don't really focus on them coming back or waiting to hear some kind of message or call. You've really just moved past that stage where you're just getting on with your life and focusing on what you do have control over. So I don't think you're expecting this person to come in, least of all coming in with that much passion for you and wanting forgiveness and wanting to work it out and rebuild this. Lightning. Let's confirm these. Lightning. Okay, outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So it could also be when this person comes in that you're still viewing them as the old version of themselves, which who's going to blame you for that? If you've not seen any transformation or growth from this person since this ended, of course you're only going to have that view of them in their mind of how they used to be. So I think you're going to be stuck between this shock of how much they've changed when they come forward with replaying how they used to be, the version of them you remember. I like you. Not enough. So it could even be as well that I think this person is concerned that they're not worthy of you, but I think as well they caused you a lot of self-worthiness issues. You might have felt disposable, like this person just got rid of you so easily, and you, a lot of times there's always one person that jumps straight into the distractions, going out and hooking up and meeting, dating straight away and just throwing themselves into partying and doing just all kinds of things. And then there's the party that stays home, cries, deals with the pain for months and months and months to really get through it. And then the roles reverse when you're starting to feel yourself again and you're going out and having fun and starting to feel normal again, it hits them. So your lack of confidence because you took a big hit from this person treating you the way they did and rejecting you, and I just heard neglecting too, so you might have felt neglected by this person, but the way that they sabotage this, it's going to make you question this flirty kind of energy when it comes in, especially if they're a bit nervous about coming in very strongly. They might come in kind of flirty, and that might trigger some feelings of like, you really destroyed me before. Like, you really knocked my confidence. I didn't feel good enough for anyone because of what you did to me. And that you threw me away so easily. And now you're coming in flirty. It could be a bit of a trigger for you. Coffin. Although I do want to get what their intentions are if they are coming in with communication. Okay, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, third-party interference. But I'm seeing this as whatever the interference was, that was part of why this ended. And that could also be part of this person's confession. Not just that they've been constantly keeping tabs on you this whole time, but the third-party interference that you might have even suggested, you might have even brought up in the connection in the past. You care too much what people think, and this person denied. But they actually were very much a part of why things ended here. there was a third party that was interfering in this connection. And if they do, like in that first part where they have karmic family, if there is a meshment there and they feel responsible for these people, that is kind of a block for them right now as far as trying to figure themselves out and how they can come towards you and get away from that situation. And realizing now how much it impacted the way things ended before. Especially as well if you always felt like their family didn't like you secretly. They might have acted nice to your face, but your gut always tells you. That came to my mind for a reason, so that could be significant. So if you always felt like, well, yeah, they were nice to your face, but like if you ever went to them because you wanted to get their help over issues that you were having with your person, and their solution was always to leave, you always just felt like they were trying to get rid of you. But you got told, I just heard this very clearly, but you would get told, no, they love you, but your gut knew that they didn't. Passion. They're being fussy. My God, passion. Like each other equally, having fun, insane chemistry. Stalking, looking, watching. So you're feeling that pull. You got 2 cards of stalking here. This person's heavily in your energy, and that's why you're feeling this way right now. But they're about to chase you. This energy is still very much running, but something's about to shift. And I think September is an important month for this shift to happen, from them to come out of this stalking and watching from fake accounts, for instance, to actually becoming strong enough to come out of the shadows, no longer stalk, and actually actively chase you, showing up authentically as their real selves, being brave. All right, how do you view this person? How do you view this person and the connection? Well, oh, you got twin flames, so you see them as courage. You're hoping they could be a Leo. I always see that card as a Leo card because of the lion, but you want them to be brave. You want them to have determination and persistence with you. You have hope that this is something that will come back around. You believe that they're your twin flame. You believe to your core, because this says when you know, you know. So to your very core, you believe that this person is your twin flame and that they're supposed to come back so that you two can be in union. But in your mind, you need this person to show up courageously, because you will not accept the past version of them. Yeah, you got red flags, so they know that they were a giant red flag, and I want to say they probably blamed you for a long time, but now you're going over all the reasons that they were actually the red flag, all the things that you were ignoring because you loved them so much. You're so aware of the red flags now that you won't, it doesn't matter if they're your twin flame, you will not accept them back if they still have these red flags in them. You want them to be this courageous lion, but if they're showing up like this, you will not take them back, twin flame or not. Watching so you can feel it. For them, they got 2 spying cards. You can feel them spying. So these emotions that have been coming up for you over the last month or so, you might have been feeling really flat, unmotivated, just not feeling great, and you've been wondering to yourself, is it because they're pulling on my energy right now? Is it because they're watching me right now? I think you're quite onto it. I think your instincts are telling you this person is spying on your social media and they're using lurkers to do it. Courage. Third party. So if the interferences, you're hoping that it's like you want a strong partner that stands up for you and stands up for your connection and doesn't let outside opinions change. It's like you want to see them not let family, work, friends interfere here again. Because that's hurtful. That feels like betrayal in itself. It doesn't always have to be cheating. It feels like betrayal when you love someone so much and would do anything for them, and then but then they care what other people think, and that can hit your confidence too, because you're thinking, why aren't I enough? It feels like you're ashamed of me, you're embarrassed of me because you care what these people think of me instead of the fact that I'm here and I love you. For you, this third party is a big deal here. Their family are a big wedge here, and you would want to hope, I think you have hope that they see that now, or that they will have the courage to stand up for you and to stand up for your connection and not allow these third party interferences to ever interfere again. And that's part of that determination and that persistence towards you. I don't care what people think anymore. I'll be interested to see if that card comes out in the messages actually, because I'm seeing that card that's like, I don't care what people think anymore. I've been given bad advice. I know you were the one. And that, again, could be part of the confession that they did let people interfere here. Twin flames. Okay, so under watching, you've got 3, 2, 1 action, but fate written in the stars. Again, you feel like this is destined to come back around, and which is interesting because they got you as their destiny. And that reminded me of the moon card as well, that missing you and looking at the moon and reminiscing over memories that you guys have around the moon. But for journal to confirm twin flames, needing to express yourself, especially if there was red flags that you ignored in the past, or you kept just hoping that if you worked harder in the relationship that you could make it work, but there was just things that were getting worse and worse. It could be as well that in this time apart, you've had to journal down all your emotions because there's just so much has come up for you that you needed an outlet, you needed to write things down, you needed a way to express all these emotions that this person left you with, especially if they left you and there was no discussions, there was no you being able to get anything off your chest, it was just ended and done. You needed some kind of way to express your emotions. You might have even written out all the things that they did that hurt you so that if this was to come back around, you could express that to them. But under red flag, you've got divine feminine. And I say this all the time. It's about balancing both energies within you. So you saw this person's compassionate side. They were when they were balanced and sure about you, they were receptive to your feedback. They nurtured you. They were very loving. But then as things started to change, it's kind of like you were turning a blind eye to it because you didn't want to lose that nurturing side. So you were chasing that side of them. And the fact that they were so loving and then all of a sudden it's like their compassion just disappeared and they turned into someone else, which again could be the rage issues. But you're hoping, if you're feeling this person spying, which they are, you're hoping that means if you can feel it, if you can feel them tugging on your energy, that means that some form of action is coming in soon, especially if there's been so many instances where you felt like they were about to come in. It's almost like you could feel like you were about to get a message or a call, and then it would never, and then it didn't happen, and then you would feel crazy because you would think, why do I keep feeling like they're about to reach out? It's almost like you could feel that they wanted to reach out, but then they'd never hit send. All these big messages, but they never hit send. It's like you could feel the message was about to come, but then because they never hit send or never pressed call, it made you feel crazy. You are picking up their energy. It is very mirrored, actually. All right, let's get these message cards quickly because I want to see if that card actually comes out. How their true feelings for you, and then we'll get their intentions towards you over this next month of September. What does this person want to say to the collective, please? It's flipping over and not coming out. I'm at a crossroads right now, that's true. Should I fight for this or move on? Relationships are a lot of work, being single is easier, but that's their fear taking over. Their fear that you'll reject them. I'm learning how to love myself thanks to you, especially because they're spying and they're seeing how you have risen from the ashes and where you are now, despite what they did to you. And also I just heard it's like they punished you for loving them so much because they didn't love themselves that much. So that it was almost like they lost respect for you, giving them chance after chance because they wouldn't have done the same for you. Does that make sense? Please unblock me. Yeah, that's me calling you from an unknown number. So you might have been getting a lot of spam calls lately or a lot of just weird no caller IDs, things like that. Yes, I was cheating. But I actually, before you panic, yes, that could be the case, even if it's not physically, they were remote. Like, this is when I said before, there's lots of ways you can betray someone in a relationship. I'm actually seeing that as them going to outsiders to get opinions on your connection and also speaking ill of you so that they didn't look bad. I'm hearing someone saying, I was there for them and this and that, when they actually weren't there for you. They abandoned you in your worst times of need, but they made out to people like they were the one that got jilted, like they were the ones that got hurt by you, not the other way around. That in itself is a betrayal because they're talking badly about you to people, naturally opening up that space to allow other people to speak badly of you so that they would feel better about themselves, and kind of twisting the situation to make themselves look like the hurt party in this and that they did everything they could, when in reality they know they caused damage here. And that could be a part of why they're so afraid to come forward, because how would you ever trust them again? I'm learning how to love myself now thanks to you. And please unblock me. I fucked up. I don't know what to say or how to make this right. That's exactly what's going on in their head right now. But something is about to shift. I didn't think you would walk away. So you got to a point where the disrespect and the ill treatment of you and the third party interferences, it probably got to a point where even if this person was the one that ended it, you didn't put up a fight, you just left. Because at that point, so much damage had happened that it was just like, I can't keep doing this. If you don't want me, if you want me to leave, I will leave. But they didn't think you would, because up until that point, you'd kept fighting for the relationship. But yeah, they don't know what to say to you. It's like that card that said, I wanted to send you a message today, but I didn't know if I could say the right thing or if you even wanted to hear from me. They're very much going over in their mind how to make things right here with you, because they messed things up. They know they caused the damage here. And then on top of causing you all this damage, you, in spite of that, have risen like a phoenix from the ashes. But they talked so badly about you when they actually were the ones that caused you the pain. You were so smart. You have me figured out. So it could even be just energetically, it's like they know that you're onto them. That you're like maybe sensing, I reckon they know I'm watching. Okay, so what is their intention towards you over this next month? Queen of Wands, Six of Cups. The Queen of Wands is very fiery, she's passionate, she's very warm and loving, and she's very self-assured, very charismatic. And as well, if they're watching you and they're seeing you level up, you are probably looking very good, like you've had a glow up. And you seem very passionate about what you do, and you're very self-assured, confident. And that would be intimidating too, to not know for sure if you will take them back, because now you're sitting in your power. Nine of Cups. So you've got Queen of Wands, Six of Cups, and Nine of Cups, which is interesting because it's like they want to come towards you with confidence. They know confidence will be required to come towards you because you're sitting in your worth now. You will not accept the same behavior that you accepted in the past. Six of Cups is all about nostalgia. They are heavily sentimental right now about the good times, wanting to create new memories, but that's also the return of someone from your past. But we already know this is a past person that wants to come back. They're heavily sentimental about the memories. They're missing you. They want, their intention towards you is to come in confident and determined to make this work, because you are their wish fulfillment. You've got the Nine of Cups here. They know that they can actually be very content with you. But again, is this just what you can provide them? What do they want to provide for you? It's like when people say, find yourself a man that wants to be a husband, not a man that wants to find a wife, because men can want a wife and want babies, but they're not ready to step up and actually act like a husband and lead and provide. So it's about finding someone that actually wants to give to you, not just what you can give to them. And that could have been an issue in the past, this person just taking a lot and not giving enough back. Wheel of Fortune with the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands isn't great. Still very impulsive and immature. And they're very hot-tempered too. And you both have... there's a problem here with... It's almost like if they come in and they don't like what you have to say, it will scare them off again. And that's not coming in determined and with confidence and willing to take accountability. With this Wheel of Fortune, though, I actually think that there's some really big positive changes for the month of September as far as this. It's like all those negative cycles that you went through with this person when you were together and during the separation. The changes are actually making this person want to approach you correctly. I think in the past they came in impulsively and they might have been in a rush to always do things. They might have even put pressure on you to rush things in the relationship because they lacked that emotional maturity. You also might be concerned about them coming across, especially if they're very charming, and they're very good at like talking their way out of things. If you're worried that, again, with that flirty card, the way they approach might rub you the wrong way. I don't think their intention is to come off sleazy or like with ill intentions, but it might appear that way to you, especially if it's been a long time. and the way they approach you seems very flirty. Six of Wands was turned over though, so that's victory, success. Queen of Wands. This person could very well be a fire sign actually. Two of Wands, so foresight, putting in the planning here. This person's intentions actually is to they do want to make a decision to come towards you. They are choosing a path to come towards you. Right now, though, they're kind of in this waiting stage because they're trying to figure out how to make plans to come towards you. And there's still a bit of a fear of rejection here too. But Two of Cups is a card of travel. Lots of fire here and lots of water. So you could be, they're a fire sign and you're a water sign, or vice versa. Sun, moon, rising. But it's like, I'm seeing that Two of Wands as well, is that they're waiting for the right moment. It's like they're hoping that if they wait for the right moment, which is again why I think September there's a big shift happening. It's like they're going to suddenly feel like the time is right and they're going to take that leap of faith. It's like they're waiting for the perfect moment to speak up. The Sun. That's really good to confirm the Six of Cups. So someone returning from your past, someone that is nostalgic about you and wants to have happiness with you, coming in, returning to you with that innocence or wanting to just really rebuild things again and having success in the relationship, wanting to bring you happiness and joy and really move on from the past. And I say this on here all the time as well. That's not about not taking accountability and avoiding what happened in the past. That still needs to be dealt with. Trust needs to be built again. But this person really does want to create new memories here, happy memories. I think they really do believe that you are their future happiness. And Six of Cups is also a card of children, so perhaps starting a family as well. They actually see you as someone that they could have a happy family with. Especially moving away from karmic family and situations, it's like you need to provide and protect for your little family that you're creating. That the family you create comes before the family you came from. Does that make sense? Nine of Swords. So they're very anxious that they want this so bad, but it's not going to be welcomed. I think they're very anxious right now. But they're at a breaking point. I think this negativity that they're overwhelmed by in their mind is they're about to have a breakthrough. And they could have trouble sleeping too. Because that can also be about insomnia. But just overwhelm and overthinking about how to make this work. How to come in so in a way that you will trust and believe that their words aren't empty. They're not empty promises of wanting to rebuild this, that they're actually coming in seriously wanting to rebuild things and wanting you to trust them again, but knowing that it's going to take time. All right, Wheel of Fortune. I'm just a bit concerned about this Knight of Wands, them wanting to be a bit impulsive still, but it could also be that this shift that happens where they've been sitting and waiting for the perfect time to come forward, there'll be a sudden shift and they will just impulsively come forward. It might not necessarily be that they're just rushing into things. It could just be that suddenly the time is right and they're going, it's now, I've got to do it now. Wheel of Fortune. I think their intentions here are quite pure. High Priestess, but they're trusting their inner guidance. Again, I'm trusting in the divine. I'm trusting that this is coming back together when it's supposed to come back together. Again, there is a shift happening in September and they're going to break out of the negativity and overthinking about whether you want them back or not and just take the plunge. And the wheel will turn in their favor. Knight of Wands. Oh, that's way too many. Knight of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. And I just noticed as well, she's pregnant in that. So I think this person does want to have a family with you. And that might have been something that was discussed too. You might have even actually been trying to start a family with this person, and then it all just imploded. But they see you as very generous and nurturing, but they know that they need to reciprocate that. They need to be just as generous and caring back to you. You could be an earth fire sign pairing as well. But this is someone that can really be a good mother, a good parent, grounded and secure. And then you've got Page of Wands on the bottom. Excitement. Energetic and fearless. Again, tapping into their courage to come towards you, being brave and really showing their determination towards you, and really showing you that they want to persevere with this. This isn't a short-term thing. They want to put the work in to make this work, but also just the spark of like a new relationship again, and the excitement of like this person that you love so deeply, like getting that second chance or third chance, fourth chance, whatever it is. You've had many cycles with this person, but really that like those butterflies again, and the excitement of a fresh relationship, bringing that into it. I think they're going to come in with a lot of energy, especially with this Knight of Wands. It might even come across to you that they're coming in as impulsively, but they've actually been waiting for a long time to come in here. They just haven't had the courage, hence the spying. But a lot of fire here. So they could very well be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But they see you as very warm, very nurturing, and sensible. But because you're those things, you need a partner who's dependable and isn't going to, again, let outside interferences affect the connection and affect you. You hear that car speeding off? I just thought of them speeding towards you. All right, let's just get a timing card. I'd be curious to see if September comes out or just in general. Because again, I don't see September as being a month of actually reunion, but it's more of a month of breaking the ice, like actually finally sending that message or calling or emailing even, or writing a letter. Like communication, I think, is going to happen in September. But then actually when you will properly reunite and be back together, that's what I'm trying to tap into. This year. And I just saw that as, so you might actually, they might want to make New Year's plans with you. Like actually want to do something together for New Year's Eve. And I just realized, this is the first time I've noticed it, but it's actually a couple sitting on the beach in some little deck chairs watching the fireworks. So they might like want to set up a little date night for New Year's Eve where it's just the two of you watching the fireworks. That's cute. Have like a little picnic on the beach. In a few days, September, it's the last day of August today. So I think in a few days there's going to be a heavy shift, and then there's going to be communication. So then by the new year, perhaps they will plan something for you two to spend New Year's together. It's worth waiting for. And another image of the beach. So you could have a lot of beach memories with this person, and it's reminding me again of that missing you card where they're looking up at the moon and missing you. So it might have even been you had memories of going to the beach with this person at night, and you two would sit and watch the moon at the beach. So that could have significance as far as if they want to plan a date to spend New Year's Eve together and go down to the beach and kind of recreate a memory that you two share from the past. Go to the beach and watch the fireworks for New Year's and have a little picnic on the beach. There's definitely something around the beach here. Because in both these photos, they're actually sitting and looking out at the ocean. So there's definitely memories around the beach here. At a special date, New Year's. New Year's is a special date, celebrating New Year's together. So I think, yeah, this next month of September, I think communication will come in, and then by New Year's you'll be, spending it together. So that's really nice. Okay, closing message, please. Palmistry. Fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell you your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of intuition. Your intuition is quite spot on. You are picking up that they're watching you, and they are. And you are even contemplating whether the reason you've been feeling the way you have for the last few weeks has been because they're pulling on your energy. So trust your intuition and trust that destiny is bringing you back together. And they got destiny in their cards for how they see this connection, remember? So you're both tapping into your intuition. It's just that there needs to be, whatever this shift in energy is, it's going to accelerate this person's communication with you. So they're going to come out of waiting and come out of spying, and it's going to accelerate them towards you. So you're not crazy, just keep doing what you're doing, because until this shift happens, but you did get in a few days, so something could happen in the next few days where this energy happens, and this perfect moment that they've been waiting for and planning for will push them towards you to either hit send, write a letter, send an email, press call, whatever it is, whatever the form of contact is, they're about to reach out. They're just waiting for the perfect moment, and it's going to be in a few days. And then by New Year's, you'll be spending New Year's a cute little beach date together. Who knows? Anyway, hopefully you liked that reading. That was actually quite nice. And I'll be back on tomorrow.